Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and another volume of my essential film reviews collection. Thanks for being there. I'm going to bring someone to you to feed your hunger. Tony Scott's first cinematic release as a director is best watched knowing as little as possible about the film, and what a film it is. Disturbing and bizarre, but ultimately an immediate favourite of mine that perhaps gives too much of an insight into my own psyche. So, giving away as little as possible in terms of spoilers, here's my dissection of the opening 6 minutes and a brief background to the three main characters involved. The disturbing opening is a frantic mix of quickly cut shots of a band, Bauhaus, and their lead singer inside a cage, cut against a nightclub scene with John, David Bowie, and Miriam, Deneuve, watching provocative dancers on the dance floor from their balcony position. Miriam is chain-smoking, indistinct occasional chatter with John, who stares ahead impassively. Both are wearing sunglasses. With occasional jump cuts to a car driving across a bridge, these cuts gain frequency and are seemingly more random, now with a mournful synthesizer beat replacing the song from Bauhaus, and a singer still caged. The cuts become more frantic now, from the still caged singer to the inside of the car. Inside, John and Miriam are sat in the front, with the two dancers from the nightclub in the back seat. Numerous close-ups on all passengers, Miriam still smoking and still staring ahead impassively, John driving, similarly impassive. Arriving at a remote mansion-style house, the cuts remain quick between a still-caged singer who has now stopped singing and is staring straight ahead at the camera, his hands gripping the bars of the cage, and of John and Miriam and their two guests. The male dancer is relaxed and smiling as the female dancer, clad in black leather, dances and smokes against a white screen, producing a gorgeous silhouette, whilst all the while Miriam, still smoking, stares ahead impassively and John, a slight smile, enjoys the show. The first words of the film are a muffled "no ice" from John, and prompts the young lady dancer to go to the kitchen, whereby John and Miriam share a knowing look. The singer, still caged and gripping the bars of the cage, is cut between then and then replaced by a distressed and angry monkey in a cage. The caged monkey, its anger rising, is now cut between Miriam straddling the male dancer, ripping his shirt off in lust, and of John seducing the young female dancer in the kitchen. The foreplay of each situation is frantic and full of passion, of tongues darting into each other's mouths, and of extreme close-ups depicting this. Juxtaposed against this now is the caged monkey, more and more distressed amid cries of pain, anguish and anger. This highly disturbing opening 6 minutes ends in the gushing of blood and anger, from the dancers and a mutilated monkey, of two Egyptian ankh symbols dropped onto a table covered in blood, to a pristine white sink, and of hands washing away copious amounts of blood. Your interest, no doubt piqued, here is a brief introduction to the three main characters. Miriam, Deneuve, a chain-smoking, quiet and reflective performance that is equally frightening, brilliant and heartbreaking. You're part of me now, and I can't let you go. John, David Bowie if you prefer, deeply in love with Miriam and leading a seemingly idealistic and bohemian lifestyle, with minimal, muffled dialogue at times, constantly in shadow and unable to sleep. It appears that John is constantly lucid dreaming or working through his life and existence through flashbacks. Sarah, Susan Sarandon, a medical researcher and author, and a great early performance from a very young Sarandon. With a small supporting cast, with Willem Dafoe in a minimal cameo. The two standouts are Cliff DeYoung as Tom, and a brilliant performance from the youngest cast member, Beth Ehlers as Alice. Assisting director Tony Scott, great credit must go to director of photography Stephen Goldblatt, editing from Pamela Power, and a host of credited makeup artists for their spectacular efforts. With original music from Danny Yeager and Michel Rubini, providing a strangely haunting 1980s style score, and the use of Franz Hubert's Piano Trio No. 2 accompanying this gothic horror. I can't recommend this first Tony Scott directed movie highly enough. Based on the original Whitley Strieber novel, the violence is often oblique and bloody, yet fleetingly so, except one particular scene. Always intriguing, interesting and bizarre on first watch, it gets even more so on repeated viewings, the intensity gaining momentum as the film does likewise. Disturbing yet brilliant, there are so many key scenarios, hints and especially juxtapositions throughout the film, and those hardy souls who've read my previous film articles will know I love a good juxtaposition. But to list them, or even hint at them, would lead to inevitable spoilers, and that, as always, is not my intention. Nearly 30 years since its original release, the film has aged a little, but still retains a raw intensity and an engaging quality that still resonates. A high-quality debut release from director Tony Scott. And that was The Hunger from 1983, directed by Tony Scott, a much-missed and spirited Tony Scott. May you rest in peace, Mr. Scott. And I've been Stephen Blackford, as I always am. I can't be anybody else. Well, I can, but that's only at weekends. Reading and writing pointless but heartfelt and spoiler-free film reviews since 2012. I thank you for watching. I hope the world is turning in your favour, in your corner of the world. I hope you're well. Thanks very much for watching. I'll leave you in peace and in solidarity. Thank you so much for watching. Please be careful out there, everyone. Peace.